That's what we got. That's where we are for our birthday. Ding, 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 ding. So now that y'all done see the tour of the house, I'm gonna give y'all a little update of what it is that your girl has been going through. Okay. All right, you all. Is this a good angle? Wish we could come down just a little bit more. I think we'll end up holding the camera so that y'all ain't all looking at me up there. Okay, so hopefully y'all don't hear the TV too much in the background, but let's go ahead and get into what your girl has been going through. So you guys left me back in April. I have posted since then some channel message, but I haven't really just sat down and talked to you guys about kind of what everything that I've been going through. Um, Leaving Maryland was very dramatic, very traumatic, as you guys saw. I got into it with my mom, as y'all saw, and I ended up getting into it with my kid's dad. And as a result, your girl ran. I did. I ran. And recently, within my journey here, within my self discovery, I've learned that I've kind of been going through the motions of like escapism, basically just trying to run away from my problems, essentially, but running away from people and places that I felt like just really didn't support me in the way that I felt like I should have been supported or I need to be supported. Like my energy kind of demands the type of support at this stage and phases of my life. So I don't know if I want to go through all the little juicy details or just kind of like tell you guys the gist of everything here. Okay. So, really, what has been kind of going on after I left Maryland, I had the opportunity to come out to Texas and stay with a friend from school, a friend from college. Um, he had a place, he had a house out here in Texas, and he was Airbnb-ing out a room, and I ended up staying with said person. Um, Now, how I actually managed to manifest a situation like that is beyond me. Your girl is actually very powerful alchemist, especially in the sense with the circumstance being what it was as I was leaving Maryland, with the energy being what it was as I was leaving Maryland. It just kind of everything just kind of opened up and aligned in order for me to come this way. Now, granted, a lot of people were not happy with me making that decision, were not happy with me deciding to come out here. I feel like the TV is really loud. And I don't like the angle. So we just gonna have to hold the camera. So I feel like a lot of people were really mad at me, including my children. So the situation that happened, I was literally at the airport with my cat Rain, with my two kids, my at the time 6 and 4 year old. Just bought them plane tickets. As y'all saw, I saw my daughter happy birthday. We was getting ready to get on the plane, and then literally 10 minutes, 15 minutes before our flight was supposed to board, here comes their dad, talking about you can't take my kids to Texas, and um, they have to stay here. I don't want them there. And it was like, well, that was never really the original plan for them to come with me. It just so happened that I couldn't get in touch with you the night before. So what other solution do I have? We have literally nowhere else to go. Like, I moved out. I caught my flight all on the same day that my lease ended. It was 4/20, all right, April 20th, that my lease ended. I had a flight to Houston, and just like about to start over. I had to start over everything. Okay, so it was so traumatic. Like the fact that he came like at the last minute, and the fact that I even let him take my kids under the impression that I was going to get paid back the $1,000 that I had spent on their tickets. I let them take them, because it was never the original plan for them to come with me. Initially, I wanted to come down here to set everything up, get stable, get a job, get a place secure, and then bring all them down here. Um, I cried. I boohoo cried the entire time I was on the flight. I, from the moment that they left me up until I landed in Houston, in Texas, I cried. And the flight attendant was so sweet. She was so nurturing. Like, she was so attentive. Like, she could just tell that something was going on with me, that I wasn't like in my best of self. And she gave me extra snacks, and she was just very caring. Like, she put me aside and she just talked to me and let me vent out a little bit. And she was like, I understand, I totally get it, like my kids are back. And I forget what she said, they were somewhere, and it's really, really hard. It's going to be really hard on you, but you got to do what you got to do. So I just kind of took that with me. And yeah, for the first, from April until the end of July, I ended up staying at a house out in Texas. I'm not going to tell you guys exactly where, leave a little mystery to that, but I will give you guys some clips of what the house looked like. It was with someone who I did very much have a big crush on at the time, which is why I said it was kind of crazy how I managed to manifest my way to that particular situation. Um, Now, it wasn't all roses and puppies and kittens, you feel me? Like, going into that situation, it was actually quite an experience. Okay, it wasn't an all lovey-dovey experience. It was actually a quite immense learning experience for me, and just again, learning about myself and learning about myself in relation to other people. But I ended up staying there up until the end of July, and then in the midst of all of that, I went through like three jobs. I had a mobile job all the way out in Houston. I had a salon job out in the Fulshire where I was, and then I ended up quitting both of those because the money was looking funny. The lady at the mobile job, she completely like business was going really good with her when I initially started. I was making really good money, bringing in like $1,000, like at least $1,200, like in a week. And then it started to slow down where I was literally getting like one dog. I would roll up to the client's house. They not even home. Motherfuckers on vacation. Like, now when I tell you out here, like the people got the money, they got the money. So yes, their dogs is on vacation. You feel me? Like, we was pulling up to some really nice houses. If I got clips of some houses, I can insert those too. But I don't know if I have many clips I have of those. But like, making some really good money, you feel me? And it was up to a point where it's like, all right, I want to bring my business down here. I want to start doing my business down here because I can groom anywhere. You can make the money anywhere. So what happened with that is I had a rental car, but I ended up losing a rental car because they were overcharging. That's a whole different story about that too. But I ended up losing the rental car, so I ended up having to Uber like 30, 40 minutes to work. You feel me? Like, nothing in Texas is close. Everything is an average of 30 minutes away. So it was starting to get really expensive, and it just wasn't worth my time to be coming out there for like 2, 3 appointments. You feel me? So this particular day, like, I went there and she wasn't answering her phone, and she had hired another girl, and I had called the other girl like, hey, have you talked to so and so? I haven't been able to reach her. I don't know the address from my first appointment, blah blah blah. She was like, no, I don't, and I need the gas card. She had the other gas card, so she was like, yeah, just come here, get the gas card, and we can figure it out from there. So that's what I did. Tell me why I finally get in contact with the owner, and she proceeds to go off on me. Like, what are you doing over there? I can't believe you're there right now. We're gonna totally miss our first appointment. Like, why didn't you just call my husband? Like, you should have just reached out to him and he could have gave you the directions. Like, you've been to this appointment before. Like, you should be knowing what's going on. And it's just like, who are you talking to? Ma'am. Ma'am. Who are you talking to? Because not I. Not your girl. Not this girl. All right. I've been having your back since I got here. Like, I've been holding it down with you, and we've been doing this thing since I got here. And you just gonna finna come at me like that, coming out your neck sideways to me, like that? What? You got me fucked up. You got the right one today because she don't play that. Your girl literally, like, I was already on my way out the door. Okay. Let me tell y'all. Let me tell y'all how smooth your girl is. Okay. Don't get yourself played. You always keep one in the wing. Keep one in the wing. All right? Whether that's a man or whether that's another motherfucking job. Keep one in the wing. Don't let these motherfuckers catch you slipping. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? Do you hear me? Okay? Don't let them catch you slipping. She said all that, and I literally, because I was supposed to start my new job the next day or like in 2 days, I called them up and said, I can start today. I'll be there in a couple hours. Like the fuck, like I was already on my way because I already. And when it comes to situations like that, like you should already be feeling the situation out. You could already be feeling like either it's time to make your exit or something's about to happen where you're about to be pushed to make an exit. And it was already alignment. She just gave me the sweet little nudge out the door that I needed in order to go ahead and make that move. All right. So where I'm at now currently is this third job that I'm at. Okay, and it has been a lot more stable for me. It's been a little like hit and miss with initially with the pay, like trying to get things situated because the area that I'm in is extremely brand new. So like trying to get everything, getting clients and stuff is basically starting from zero, starting from scratch. Everything's starting from scratch. Um, so I ended up securing that job, but I also needed an Airbnb, a new Airbnb to stay at, all right, because the that's gonna be having a whole nother story time. But the guy that I was staying with, we ended up parting ways. He went his way and I went my way, so I had to find my own thing to do, right? So I ended up finding an Airbnb in the same neighborhood, literally like two streets up from where I was at. And it was like it's 8 minutes away from my job. I stayed there at this place. I'll insert the pictures because I didn't get a video of so I didn't tour the house there. But that's where I did most of my readings and stuff. Um, yeah, I ended up staying there 8 minutes away from work. It was so cute. It was so cute, and it was like very much needed in order for me to heal. I did a lot of healing, detaching, and healing in that space. I just had a realization. I am so at peace. Everything around me is completely peaceful. No kids, no mom, no man, no cat, no fake friends, no fake niggas. Just me. Just me in my bed playing video games at peace. It was excellent. It was excellent. Excellent. Okay. Um, but ended up staying there for a couple of months until just recently, actually the day before my birthday, because I was paying. Okay, you feel me? Your girl was paying a pretty penny to stay up in there. Should I tell y'all? Should I tell y'all about my coins? What your girl was paying in order? Because look, I could have stayed elsewhere. There were other options, but they were further out, and it was either pay more for my peace of mind and a close, being super close to work, or pay for the commute and being further away and in a city or a town that I'm not too familiar with. You feel me? You gotta weigh your options here. So I ended up staying my ass right close to right to work. So that's what I did. I was right at work, and but I still had to pay like my Uber expenses, Lyft expenses back and forth to work. So fast forward to where I am now. I even tried to, if the last one, I even like set up where it was gonna be like a long term thing because I was almost paying like almost $2,000 a month for that place. They wanted to knock off like $400 or $500 if I could pay monthly, but the way my checks was coming in, I could only afford to pay weekly. So that is what that was, right? So I needed to save some money. So this is how I ended up here. All right, just again, all in alignment with your girl's birthday and stuff. This place is super, super cute. I'm completely by myself. Like the last place with the house, and that was another thing. Like being out here in Texas, like I've never lived in a house. I've always lived in apartments. Me and my mom have always lived in apartments. I lived in a house one time when I was like 4 or 5 years old, and I lived in Florida, but I barely even remember that experience. So to be able to do this, have lived in two houses, lived in three, this is to be my third house, okay? And the crazy part about that is because I was initially supposed to be, not even supposed to be in Texas. I was supposed to be in West Virginia with my mom. She had a brand new house with my surrogate. She had a brand new house built out in West Virginia, and I was supposed to go stay with her. Turn of events, I ended up staying in a beautiful, beautiful ass house, beautiful ass neighborhood, beautiful ass man. All right, and just having a beautiful ass time. All right, and like I said, the situations, the experience wasn't all peachy keen, but it was an experience. Let me just say that it was an experience. Gotta love being an alchemist. You gotta love being an alchemist, okay? But again, we'll get to that story another time. But yeah, to be able to have experience, lived in a beautiful ass home, a 2-story home, and then a full like 1-story home, and then this is like more like a duplex townhome type of thing, but also 2 stories. I get to live. Do you see my room? Do you see my room? Do you see my view? Okay. Now, while all of this is beautiful and I haven't been having beautiful experience and doing a lot of healing, y'all. I've been doing nothing but healing here. A lot of healing, reflecting, and working, just grinding, to be honest, and learning a lot of lessons along the way. Growing into these adult years, to be able to just experience this, doing a lot of cooking for myself, loving on myself, making that good money, making sure to tap in and tune in with my kids at every chance that I get. The fact that I've been away from them for so long has been extremely hard, but it has been more so me getting away from their dad as opposed to um, abandoning them. It's more so me trying to heal the experiences, the traumatic experiences that I've had with him and with my mother, and trying to pull myself up out of that, to not be so depended on by others. Because in a sense, I feel like as a mother, I don't feel like you can ever do too much, but I do feel like I overextended myself in motherhood and in my relationship by taking on way more than the average person. We were vegan. We were completely had a plant-based diet, cooking most of the time, and cooking from scratch at that. Not all that, because when we first went vegan, it wasn't all that processed stuff. There wasn't a bunch of options like there are now. We was cooking from scratch. Our children were drinking homemade Dr. Sebi formula. All right. We did homeschooling. I did homeschooling for both of our kids for the last 2 years. I drove a hoop T, all right, a loud ass Ford hoop T for 2 years. Grinded my ass off and bought myself a new Kia, 2019 Kia Sorento, only for it to turn around and be broken into twice. Not once, but twice. Gave that motherfucker up. All right, and I dealt with a lot of the relationships. You guys know I had a story time last year about some of my relationships, my friendships, and just weirdos, just dealing with weirdo people, weird energy. You feel me? So I just been here doing my thing. Like I said, it hasn't been easy. It has not been easy. I've had to reach out to old friends for support system. Lean on people for support system, and just like even family members didn't really come through the way that they should have while I was here. You feel me? So it's been a time. It's been a time, but I'm grateful. Your girl is like extremely grateful for everything. Hold up, because I didn't show y'all mine. What else I did for my birthday, okay? So like I said, I went to the movies to go see Smile 2. But I also went, before I went to the movies, I took myself to go get a pedicure. All right, let me show you all my pedi real quick. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, okay, yeah. Hmm. Can we get? Let's see. I'm trying to get a good angle for y'all so y'all can see. But that's my petty. I feel like I was definitely overcharged. I initially went in for a $30 pedicure, and just because they used gel polish, ended up coming out plus tip paying $60 for a pedicure. But I mean, spend money on yourself. That's what we work for. That's what we work so hard for. Because your girl was busting like, I be busting like 12, 13-hour shifts sometimes, just depending on how many dogs. Like, I've not never in my career. By the way, I've been grooming for 10 years now, y'all. I have a full blown career. I've not never groomed, let me say, not groomed, washed, touched 13 dogs in one day. Crazy. Crazy. But we get into that money. It's also been quite some time since I worked full time as well. Been quite a while since I worked full time. Most of the last 2, 3 years, like my life is completely different. Completely different. When I was home, I was full time mom, part time business owner, and part time employee. I owned my own business and I was working for somebody else, and full time mama, homeschooling. Being a mom and schooling, being a teacher, all that. by self. And I don't want to say it was completely by myself because I did have the support of my kid's dad. I had his support, like he was there physically, but not necessarily there fully. Not doing as much as he should have. And that was me also allowing him to be more codependent and me be hyper dependent, hyper independent. Excuse me. But yeah. So that's where we are. That's where things have been. I haven't really gotten to the juicy details about everything, but just to kind of catch y'all up and let y'all know that what's been going on with your girl. She's still cute. She's still here looking good. I missed y'all. I definitely missed y'all. So I hope that everything has been going well for y'all. I am thinking about changing up the direction of this channel again. Um, but we'll see. I'm really just trying to get everything settled and stable. There's been a lot of surprises, especially when it's coming to when it comes to me being able to rent. I applied for a few apartments, but my rental history has been in the way, which is why y'all probably like, why are you staying in Airbnbs? Like, you don't have an apartment by now. It's like, I've tried, but my rental history has gotten in the way, and not because of anything I've done, but because of me being connected to other men, particularly letting other men be responsible for the finances, and then thus, because your rental history, like I have an evictions record, and although I've never been evicted, if you have any outstanding balance, any unpaid balances on previous properties, apparently that goes in on your eviction record. So that's fun. Oh, I mean, at the same time, being in these Airbnbs, like I said, I get to live in a house. I get to experience living in a house. And I also, for what I would be paying for just rent at the apartment, I don't have to pay the water bill. I don't have to pay no electricity bill. And I haven't had a car in months, probably almost a year now since I gave away my Kia. So I just been a passenger princess, Ubering around all the time. So I don't got no car payment. I don't got no insurance payment. So essentially able to save a lot. So that's just how I'm kind of looking at it. Like I ain't got all those extra bills. You feel me? We just got the important ones, the main ones. So that's just how she's been kind of surviving, um, getting along. We're still going. We're still growing. The next step is to get the kids out here. We've been trying to get them out here for the last 7 months, but things don't always work out as planned. There's always detours, alternate routes that you got to take. Okay. So yeah, I'm about to go eat my dinner, and we'll see what the rest of the night entails. But I just want to say thank you guys for hanging out with me. All right. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, playing catch up with me. Make sure you wish me a happy birthday. And I want to say happy birthday to all the Scorpios out there. Make sure y'all turn the I hope y'all enjoyed y'all season. Even as Sagittarius season ushers in, it's still all about us all month long, all right? We taking over the end of October and the end of November. Feel me? So, drop those Scorpios if you're a Scorpio too. If you enjoyed your birthday, let me know when your birthday was so I can give you a little special shout out. And yeah, until next time, peace, y'all.